Greetings and welcome, everyone. What is this? This is a Tuesday. Pretty good Tuesday, also. Hopefully all of you are ready for some coding. So, we are going to be doing a few things today that I've got planned. Mostly related to the game that we have been creating on stream. So the stream overlay game that we've been building. So in other words, it appears here on the screen when we run things. So should work pretty well. Let's see, what is going on in the chat? Oh, that is awesome, Crimson Green. Glad to hear you are getting to code in your job. Coated Beard, welcome. Stool Penner. Who else is in here? Someone else must have said hi. No, that's it. But welcome, everybody. Glad to see you're here. Hopefully other people will be coming in shortly. I was a little bit late on my announcements letting everybody know that we were starting. Hey, CTI Geek, welcome. And I'm going to take a few minutes, talk to you guys for a second, just so we give a moment for everybody to show up, so that they don't miss anything. But the stuff that we have been doing, just to show you, actually I just realized I didn't connect the bot. So I'm a couple of minutes behind today. So, here we go. Bot's going to go ahead and start up. And should say hi in the chat there. We do not... So the overlay is actually turned on, but since I started the stream before that, you don't see the game right there. So let me turn that off so that we don't suddenly start seeing it. Because I don't have a way to turn the game off yet. But we'll fix that in a moment. Okay. Stream overlay is turned off, so there's no... yeah, Stool Penner, that's on this window, though. See, that's in here. And, so that means that any hype or anything like that that you guys do, anything that's, you know, spam stuff on the screen, for now is going to be limited to this window, at least until we get a couple of features turned on today. So my plan for today, I wrote, you know, really quickly on a notepad. I want to pull out some of the code that I did recently, just so that we're a little bit nicer. I want to improve the structure of things, basically following that the Boy Scout rule that I like so much, which is try to clean things up a little bit every time. So I made a new thing. I want to clean it up, make it a little bit nicer, so we're going to do that. The grid I'm talking about, you might notice that I put a background on there, so there's a randomly generating background graphic. Before the last stream, you'll probably remember I showed you guys those tiles. So that's just a couple of bitmap little pixely images I made, and that's supposed to be like dirt with some rocks. So hopefully we'll have varying levels and things like that for different stuff, but I wanted to get us started with something pretty simple. That is not fake Ness, Crimson Green. That's me. I've got an Indian's cap on, you know, and you know, yellow shirt and some blue jeans. I don't wear blue jeans, nor do I wear red cap. Indian's caps are blue. I made it all up. I just kind of chose it because those colors seem to look nice on him. Anyway, the other thing I want to do is right now this game starts off whenever you make whenever you create this page. So when this page loads, the game automatically starts. We don't want that to happen. We want that to trigger based on someone in chat saying that we want to start the game. The next thing, we want to end the game when it is a game over so that we could start a new one each time. So this will be like a one-time play game. Like you play it, and then you die, we display the score, we send that data back to the server, and then someone else could start it again. So that's the idea. I want to display the name of the person that started the game. And I want to display your number of points, which right now maybe will give you points for picking up the taco and killing the zombie. And I want to have more zombies and an escape. So at some point we need to make sure there's always a zombie on the screen, unless you know, except if we do like escape to another level, then that would be what we would do, where maybe we reset the grid, something like that. That's the more complicated part right now. We'll figure that out. So, either way, I think I gave enough time for most people to wander in, talking about that. So, let's go ahead and get started. I will show all of you the code that I adjusted, and I tweaked this to be a little bit smaller. You might have noticed that I made the game a little smaller. and you'll notice that that's about the same size as what's below the screen. So we're going to cover up only a little bit of the screen for now when we actually play the game. So here is the code that I changed. Pull this up. Whoops. History. Random tile background. So I modified wasteful.js only. And that is this file here. And this is actually what I want to extract the code from. So I put some extra code in here. I want to pull that out so that we don't have all this in here. Specifically, the methods I want to pull out of here. I created a get background images little thing for now that gets me the tiles I want to work with. So these are the random tiles I'm choosing from because I want to like randomly put out this stuff for now. Because I was like, that's a nice way to just have a random set of, there might be some rocks in some places kind of thing. So background's a little nicer than just a solid color. And I don't want to actually go in design because I want these to be randomly generated levels every time. So ideally we'll have a system that figures this out to make it look nice every time. But for now we can go with random. And that will give us the same result. The next thing that we do is I created a quick two-dimensional array that says which tile should go in which place for our background. And I used complex logic to determine which tile I should use in any given spot. And by complex logic, I mean I picked randomly. See, I did a math.floor of a random times the number of choices. Basically, randomly choose which tile's supposed to go in there. And the intention of this, when I call my create random grid, I am doing that up here when you start the game. So when you start the game, I determine the random set of tiles that we want to use for that grid. Now the reason I'm doing this here is I need to set up basically randomly what the background is supposed to be. That way, when we draw the background, all I have to do is take each one of those random pieces and draw an image to the correct spot. So that lets me not be I don't want to re-random every time you give every time the screen reloads. I would be re-randomizing all the positions, multiple times a second. That wouldn't be good. So draw background is going to happen every time we redraw the screen, which happens frequently, which allows us to have movement and things like that, so we can have the characters do idle animations and things, or our fire to actually look like it's flaming. So right now our fire is static, but my plan is to make each one of those barrels actually have active fire in it. So move, just, look a little twinkly. Okay, so that is all we did for that. To determine where it goes on the grid, we just have to multiply by the tile size and the column and row index to decide where it goes on the grid for each background piece. And we draw the background before we draw the players. So that basically means we're drawing a layer at a time. So we draw the background, then we draw the actors on top of it. So that's the sprites, like our character, our taco, our zombie, anything else we decide to put on here. Okay. And for anyone that is wondering, you guys technically can play this right now. Since I have it up, let me go ahead and do that. Twitch chat. Game room. And you'll notice our game room is just full of Okay, so now we have an interesting challenge. That zombie is one space away from me. So if I step towards him, he will step onto my space immediately after and hit me. So my health, you'll see, is at 4. Let me show that on the screen there. Ah! And I'm going to misclick on everything. Woohoo! Hey! Stoolpenner with the 3-month resub. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub. I noticed that you were hatching out of your egg this whole time and I hadn't realized. But welcome! Thank you for sticking back around with us. Can we get some hype in that chat? That's a 3-month resub right there. That's pretty good. Okay, so as I was saying, I need to do this. If I don't want to get hit by this guy, I need to let him walk up to me. So he's now right next to me. I bonked into the barrel right above me there. Now when I move right, I get to kill the zombie. Ooh, did he do 2 damage when I bumped into him? Oh, maybe he still hurt me when he was dead. Hang on. He's still hurting me. He killed me. Oh no! Oh no! Alright, we're gonna have to fix that one. That's a bug. There are like ghost zombies out to kill us. Hey, glad to see there's a bunch of hype in the chat. Hey Matt, welcome. Okay, so we are gonna fix that one first. Step 1, fix fix those guys. No more zombies killing us after they're dead. So we currently have a single zombie. Let's do this. So we did zombie move toward player, but that really only... We did move player, but it should really only move living zombies. So we get a couple of options. We can either... Hey Ivy, welcome. We can either have this code only only tell the zombies they get to move if they're alive, or we can remove them from the collection of zombies that the game knows about. I like the idea of... Yes, Matt, exactly. These suddenly become alive zombies. The zombies are alive when they do that. So let's do this. Let's make it zombies. And for now, I'm just going to create a single new zombie in an array of zombies. So we have zombies as an array with a single zombie in it. And I'm going to add a space in there just for a little bit of clarity for my own sake, because I like to see it that way a little bit better. We'll probably get this set of zombies we're supposed to have at a later point. So now in this, when we move the player, I want to say zombies. And instead of doing a .move player, I want to say for each, and I'll say zombie dot move toward this dot underscore player. So we're going to have each zombie move towards the player. So we did this. We said if the player dies, remove them. But maybe we need to remove the zombies that are dead. Might be the better way to go. Because that guy, there's a zombie right here that we can't see. And currently, he is able to kill us despite the fact that we can't see him. So, invisible zombie coming to murder us. Because he's removed from the game board, but he still thinks he exists because the grid has gotten rid of him, but the game still says he's there. Let's see. So what I want to do is this. Let's first off update my task list. So I'm going to say fix ghost zombie bug. We're going to get rid of that first. Okay, so I then want to do this dot underscore zombies equals this dot underscore zombies, filtering out the ones zombie dot do we have an is alive on the zombies? Is alive on the zombies. Yeah, That totally makes sense. Damage equals this. Grid, add sprite. Hey, Rodrigo Max 10, welcome. Thanks for following. Hey, congrats on that, Stoolpenner. Alright, hit by player, decrease health, damage. So that doesn't kill the zombie. That removes it from the grid, but we then need to remove it from the board. Okay, this dot is killed equals true. I like killed because alive doesn't make sense for a zombie. So you can kill something that's undead, I guess, we'll say. And they will start out false. So when you construct a zombie, he's going to have is killed false, and then that'll be true. Now, what I'm expecting, and actually that is not an underscore is killed, that is just a regular is killed. What I'm expecting to happen is right now we're using this as a field, is killed. But I'm fully expecting that what we're going to switch to eventually is a getter property on our class that calculates that value. So it's going to determine is killed based on the amount of damage that the zombie's been dealt. Right now our zombie only has 1 hit point, so we're just going to treat it like that and keep it simple. If we never create enemies that have more than 1, hit point, then we don't have to worry about it. So we'll leave it like this, and it's easy. So we will say, crap, I can't remember. Is filter like a where, or is it a, hang on. Let me do a quick Google. Filter, it's a you keep, not the other way around. So it's filter to keep only that set. Filter to this set. Is killed. Zombie is killed. There we go. Nice. So that'll make it so that this set of zombies is only the ones that have not yet been killed. And actually, that should happen here. So we should filter down the set of zombies after the player moves, because it is a player action that is going to kill a zombie, so if the player has killed the zombie, it should be out of the collection before we allow the zombies to move. Then, after the zombies move, the player may actually be dead. So technically, well, the player could be dead after his own action too. But if we killed the zombie with it, it won't happen a second time anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The player could be extra dead. Which I guess I won't worry about. That should fix our problem. We're going to go ahead and try this to find out. Oh, that zombie is screwed. He can't get out of there. We're going to refresh. Just get ourselves a better zombie. There we go. Where's my chat window? It's right here. So move right. Move down. Move down. Uh-oh, I messed up the zombies. Did my for each not work? I must have messed up my for each. Zombie is killed. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to JS for the wasteful game. We're gonna go to wasteful. We're gonna go to move player. Right there. We're gonna see what happens. I'm also gonna open up zombie and see if its move toward player gets called. Oh, that's gonna be another trapped zombie. I need to fix the zombie move path logic. He's not very smart right now. These zombies are extra dumb. Okay, so we have direction right in our move player. And then if I want to step over the player movement. I don't care about that. Oh, did I hit play? I hit play. Whoops. Step over the player one. Okay, so now that we did that, we want to step into this one. So we're going to step into that. It did not step me in anywhere, so this should have filtered down. Is there still a zombie? Length 0. Oh, it nuked the zombies. Hang on. Okay, I move up. Are there zombies in the collection? There is a zombie in the collection. What is his is killed property set to? Oh, we're not killed. Derp, backwards. Hey, welcome XCrossEYT. That name's familiar. You been in here before? I think you've been in here before. Either way, welcome back. Now that we're not doing that logic wrong, we're going to catch that second breakpoint. That's fine. There we go. Zombies move again. Hooray. Now the zombie's dead, and I can move up, and he doesn't kill me because he is gone. No more ghost zombie. So we've removed the ghost zombie. Remove zombies from game to prevent ghost zombies. Ghost zombies are scary. Don't run into ghost zombies. They will eat you through walls. Actually, these guys didn't eat us through walls, but you get the point. Okay, there we go. So that brings our system back in line with where we wanted it to be. So now we can extract that background grid creation that I did. So I want to take that and I want to move that somewhere else. Let's make a class. We're gonna make one called background for now. Background. We're gonna export background. Let's get rid of some of this stuff that I don't care about. Hop over here. So we created this background. I did it in this draw background, and create not create obstacles. Get background images and create random grid. So these are what I want to steal. These two things, and move over to my new background code. I may not need those pieces. This may not have a constructor. We'll see. Static create random grid. I think this is static. I don't think we need anything on this. This is temporary if it's going to be on here. So I think that gets to be static as well. We'll see. Cappy the programmer, welcome. Hello. Okay, so we're going to create that. So it'll be background.createRandomGrid. That's fine. And then over here, my other part is this. This is actually drawing the background onto a context. So I'm going to do this. Whoops. I'm going to call it draw background. If we pass in the context, then this ends up just being static as well, which I'm not huge on, but I don't know what data we need in here. You know what? This is going to use background images are going to be in here. This will not be static. This will be draw background. This needs background images, which will get created at the beginning. So we're going to do this. In its constructor, it's going to call its background dot, or it could just set them itself, but I guess it's fine to do it like this. So that's just going to be an array there that is this array from these images. Then we're going to draw the background. And I'm going to underscore this just to signify that that is really for private use in here. It's going to be a private static method that just creates those. And then create random grid. Does this use anything? No, it does not. It uses size. It needs to know size. So we need image size in here. This dot underscore tile size. So we're going to use this instead of size. Everywhere in here, we're going to say tile size instead. Divided by tile size. And that should get us this. So this should make it so that background can be what draws on our background now. Cappy the Programmer, how do I broaden my knowledge of things I might not know that exist? That is actually a very difficult question. Knowing what doesn't exist is one of the toughest things in programming. It's actually one of the reasons why I do recommend reading a lot of articles, reading blogs, watching videos, going to conference sessions where the person's not trying to teach you how to do a thing, but more telling you what stuff is available. So there are conference talks like that. I highly, highly recommend them because what you're alluding to is one of the most difficult things. It is figuring out what you don't know. And being able to make note of the ones you're interested in is very important. So, hang on. I need to import background into this. Background. It's called background. 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 Don't use background. We don't use the tile grid. Ooh, I might have to pull that into the other code. I just realized we're going to need that. This dot underscore background equals new background, and this has in its constructor this dot underscore canvas and this dot underscore context. Is that all that we put in there? Canvas and context, and do we actually use the both of those? We don't use canvas, so I don't think. Or did we? Tile size, canvas. Oh, no, we're going to use it. We didn't yet. We didn't yet. Because I didn't do this. There we go. That's why. So when you create this, it's going to make create the random grid. When you make a new one of these, it's going to set it equal to the tile grid, and we're going to use that to draw. So wasteful info width is a thing I actually need in here. So how about instead of canvas, since we're only using it for these dimensions, we instead take in context and width and height instead, which has me doing this. And if anybody has any suggestions for how we're doing this, let me know. So that'll create our new background object. Let's see. When it comes to programming, do you think I could get the bot up and running with VS Code instead of it? Conrad Reuter, yes, absolutely. We do have some people that use VS Code to run the bot. Works just fine. Wyrex, welcome, thanks for following. I'm guessing it's one of those two names. Let me know and I will try to say it right next time, but welcome, thanks for following, glad you're here. So in our game we create a new background object, and then we're going to use this down here when we draw the background. We're going to say this dot underscore background draw back. Is it called draw background? Yes, it's called draw background. So we use the context, and instead of this we're going to use width, and we're going to use height. We're going to pass in the length of the images collection, which we've already created right there. Draw background is going to do that based on that index, and I think that's all we had to do to extract it. What's the best way of managing global variables, like keeping them in some static class? Yeah, so as Conrad mentions it is not using them, but that's actually also what you were suggesting, is you make it so that they're not global by getting them into some kind of a namespace. Now, namespace here I use loosely. That could mean tying it to an object, even making it a static on something. There are sometimes constants or something like that, or even if that, constant came out of the database, in that it's going to be, when we run things, this comes out of the database, but it's going to be accessed by a number of different things. You might want to tie that to an object. That's the best way that I can tell you to do that. And yes, as Conrad is mentioning, it depends on your application size. If you're just doing a simple little thing, you can get away with using some global variables, and it's not really a big deal. If you're just doing like a sample thing, testing something on the screen, you don't really need to worry about it. So that's part of the reason why we talk about doing everything iteratively, is because you may reach a point where your system has sufficient complexity to merit a more complex solution to a problem. Either way, let's find out if I missed anything on these changes. Odds are good. Yep, I missed one. Which one did I miss? Console window, create random grid is not a function. Cool. So in background.js. Probably because I switched it to a static. So this is background.create random grid. There we go. So I did switch that to being static. What? Oh! No underscore. There we go. So the game loaded. Random grid's not there. I gotta figure out what I did with that one. When we draw the background, what did we do? So we just yanked everything over here. We'll see if everything's shifted over right. I'm sure we just missed one step when we pulled the code. But that's what source control is for, so if I deleted something extra, we can just take a look and see what it is. So when we draw background, so this is the one getting called right now. There we go. What's in our tile? Oh, our tile grid is empty. That would do it. Tile grid's empty. Okay. Let's drop this down here. So this is the method that's supposed to create our tile grid. Let's refresh the page. Come in down here. Width of 672, height of 168, and a choice count of 6. That sounds right to me. Let's step forward. We now have a... Whoops. Tile size was undefined. This dot underscore tile size. This dot underscore tile size. Oh, static. Derp. That's not static anymore. So I was better off the first way. I forgot when I originally created, I was like, yeah, it's using that because it's using a constant for the tile size, so it's static. And then I derped because I was like, oh, I changed that so it wasn't using a constant anymore, and I put the value in here. It can't be static anymore. And then I just went and changed it. So there we go. That ought to fix it. There we go. Hey, moved. Okay. So let's try moving around the screen. Just make sure everything's working right. Move right. Whoops. What the? Oh. Oh, our zombie's trapped, right. I told you we did not actually develop pathfinding for the zombie yet. That is on the list of things to do. We need to make the zombie smarter. Right now, he will actually only move directly towards you in the shortest path. Junin Hao, welcome. Thanks for following. And as with everyone, if I ever butcher your name, go ahead and let me know, and I will try to say it better the next time. I think we can get rid of those. This still needs to go live somewhere, which, actually, we may already know where that lives. No, we do need that here. Oh, unless it's on the info object and available on that. Ooh, I think we may have a way to get rid of that value. So we draw a background, create obstacles. Do we still have any of that other tile stuff anywhere? Draw game over. Nope, I think we're good. I think we got it all pulled out into that background, so that is nice. Fantastic. All the new code that I wrote has been extracted. And Cabby the Programmer, welcome, thanks for following. I will take that to mean you're enjoying the stream. So extract background to own class. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So we now have a class that deals with the background, so that'll be a little bit of an improvement there. And if I didn't mention it, because I should probably do this while we have people here, especially that are new, if you haven't, you should check out our Discord. That is a place where you can chat with me and the other DevChatter viewers. Various programming stuff. We have a bunch of channels. Think Slack, but for gamers and Twitch streamers. Works very nicely. Grid creation. So we did that. Next thing on the list of my list of stuff that we wanted to do today, I want to have the game start because we told it to in chat. So let's do that first. So right now, when we load this page, where is it? Right here. When I refresh, right, first off is randomly generating the levels, and it's putting me on this grid, and it's doing that when the page loads, which cool, yeah. Not exactly what we want to do. We want the game to start because someone told it to start. So that means we may need to make a new command in our chatbot. So step 1. Did we make this a module? Yes, we did. Woohoo, go me. Okay, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to make a new class. We're going to call this a wasteful start command. Do you pre-plan your projects or just go full YOLO freestyle? Cappy the Programmer, that depends. Some of the projects I have plans for what we are going to do. A couple of things are straight up YOLO. I will tell you that this roguelike, we started this YOLO because the person that I was going to have as a guest on the stream, I talked to them about the different projects I had planned, and I told them that I was going to be building this roguelike starting in January. So my plan was to do this in January. And he's like, that's the one that sounds the most interesting. Would you mind doing that one now with me? So we were going to do a different, simpler game, but he wanted to start this one. So last week we started this game, last Thursday. So we did Thursday stream on this, and Saturday a little bit more on this, and then yesterday we banged our head against the wall, then did a little bit of programming exercises, and then we're back to this one. So let's see, public class, wasteful start command. This is going to be a base command. We are going to put that in there. There's really nothing about this that's all that interesting. Let's take a look at our move command. We need this. So I need to put that in here. So that interface that I just took in is what lets me call down to the screen to make changes. This is the SignalR hub all wrapped up nicely. And then all I have to do is just say, so see how that says notification.movePlayer? I just have to say start game. Z-Doctor. So it's an interesting question. The stream is a hobby of mine. I have been a professional software developer for quite a long time now. Geez, been a long time. Let's put it this way. I learned, so I was programming long before I was a professional developer. So I've been programming JavaScript since the 90s. Not that JavaScript was my primary language at any point in my career or life, really. The stream is a hobby of mine. It's pretty fun. I would love it if this were actually my job. That would be really, really awesome if I could actually put all my time into this, but obviously that requires a much bigger effort from things. So, have you considered adding a move amount argument to make multiple moves reduce the command? So Bear Potato, yeah, so if I do that, what we're gonna have to do is we're going to have to make that be a convenience that the JavaScript applies. And obviously you could die before those movements all happened. But yes, Bear Potato, I am planning on doing those kinds of shortcuts. I just didn't want to start with that because then you got to get into the weird part of putting those in. So, yeah, Z-Doctor, I am actually an independent developer, so I do mentoring and training on the side for various companies that need mentoring and training. So, I am. There we go. Oh, right. I'm like, why isn't that working? Clients.all.start game. And I just realized I need to send in who's starting that game. Wasteful start command. This is going to be eventargs.chatUser.displayName. Because I want to send in who it is that started the game. Right now we're going to let everybody start the game. Chat user display name. Task string chat user display name. There we go. Alright, that ought to do it. I think that's everything we need. Yep. Yes, exactly, Z-Doctor. This is a roguelike. For now, we're fairly simple. We just recently started this project. And right now you'll see that it is starting to rebuild and can't because IIS Express is still holding on to those DLLs. We won't worry about that, though. Here's what we need to do next. I need to receive that information from the server so we can start up the game as a result. So we're going to create the game when it tells us to start, we'll say. So for now, let me go ahead and kill the bot. So sorry, bot. I'm just going to force it to close there. This first startup's not going to work right because it hasn't fully closed, but I will go ahead and start it again in a second. Derp. There we go. And we go to the overlay, and there it is right down here. And now the reason it has to be down on the bottom, I have to scroll this window, is because this is supposed to be displaying on the stream. That's how it normally is going to happen, but I don't want to do that since I don't have a way for it to disappear yet. That's what we're building right now, is the starting and ending of the game. So, obviously don't want to have that just be there. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to come down here. And I want to say, where's the wasteful stuff? Right there. Wasteful on, isn't there? Hang on. No. No, where is it? Move player, here we go. So the reason why this is big and full of stuff, this is just basically the layer that's, here's all the commands that the overlay can accept. And so I just need to make one of these for any given command it can accept. I'm going to make a start game. So start game is what we're going to call it. Now this name, I just want to point out, had to match this name. So this interface I created here on the SignalR side, this defines what events I can call down here in the JavaScript. So we're saying on start game, I am going to call this, and it's not going to pass direction. This one passes the display name. So I'm just going to call this display name. And we're not calling my wasteful move player. We're going to say start game, maybe? I think is that what it's called? I don't remember. We were creating it here. We don't want to create it here. Yep. There we go. Move this. Actually, let me see if I can move this whole thing. No, we'll just move this, and we'll make sure that that can reset nicely. Is that the same method call? It is. Okay, so we're going to add a parameter to that. So our start game is going to have, what did I call it? Display name? Yeah, display name. What gameplay elements do we have implemented? We can kill a zombie, and a zombie can kill us. We can go around, we can pick up a food item right now, but the only food item is a taco. We're going to need to do some more stuff with that. Wouldn't it be more efficient to have a string array of all the commands and have one method that iterates the commands and registers them? Wouldn't it be more efficient to have a string array of all the different command variables and have one method that iterates the commands and registers them? You mean like registers all the commands based on those values? ZDoctor, we have a list that is actually created by our IOC container that is all those command objects, and they have their names. So we are selecting commands based on possible names that they can have. Commands can actually have aliases and things like that. So you'll notice I did not actually specify anywhere the name of the command. It's going to automatically create that as a wasteful start command. But we're not going to call it that way because we're going to alias it to just be start for now. Or maybe wstart. So we'll figure that out. But yes, you are right. You do want to have some kind of thought into how those get called. What gets created that we don't want to have get created? I think we want to do this. Info grid, the players, the zombies, items, obstacles, and is running is going to get set to true. So I think the majority of this stuff I actually want to create down below. because you copy and paste code and only change the string. I'm not sure which thing you're talking about, Z-Doctor. Not sure what, So we're going to create the grid that we're going to play on. Create the info. Do that. The info needs to get the display name of the player. I'll zip back over to that code and I'll show it to you in a little bit here, Z-Doctor, just so that info structure display name. This dot underscore player name equals display name. We're going to use this down here. Actually, that fill style and font I think are going to work. So we're going to say underscore context dot fill text, and we'll say player $sign dot player dot name. We'll put a space in there. I actually realized I should have had the space in the other one too. And we're going to position this at this dot underscore left x plus 5, and this dot underscore top y plus 30. Should put that, yeah, okay, so then we're going to put that one down at like plus 60. Derp. Oh, no, I didn't start the game. What do I mean, derp? There's no derp, I haven't started the game yet. Let's go ahead and do this. Oh, nice. So let's drop that below, and actually we're not going to do it this way. We're going to put this on its own line below that. So now we're going to say this dot underscore canvas, what? Underscore player name. And then we'll say that's 60. This is 90. And we might be taking up too much space for the name right now, but that's fine. Player, DevChatter, health, 3. Okay, cool. We maybe want to shrink those and do something else with that. Maybe we'll display it somewhere else, I don't know. Okay. So that lets us start the game, so it doesn't appear until we say start. Yes, Will Bennett, we probably will. And in fact, we are going to want to say what line it's on, potentially. Perhaps you can have the player name of the player. Potentially, Z-Doctor. We might be able to write it right above them. The challenge is then I guess if we do that, then we just have to figure out, do we want to show it directly above him or directly below him? Because we're going to want to show it within the bounds of this. Yeah, exactly, Will. That's what I was thinking. We're going to need to keep track of where we are, so you write a line into the info box. Yep. Should work out pretty well. Otto9717, hello, welcome. Okay. Either way, let's go ahead and I'm going to commit this change first off. Oh, and the code that I did for the command, This is the code that creates the command. It is, whoops. That was not right. I'll have to fix that later. What did I just do? Derp. Alright, well, I'll fix that later. I messed up my little stuff down there. Wow, yeah, it's treating it like tabs. Anyway, yeah, we're making a game with JavaScript. So this is the part that I was talking about. So this is basically just a command. This name gets us the default string of the name, and the only thing that was on here that is it takes in one of these and calls this, and that is basically all it is. What is up, dog? Sorry. Anyway. Oh, sorry, did I make the joke too obvious? Oh man, I killed it. I killed it! Very nice, Will, very nice. Okay, so, start game based on chat command. So still needs some cleanup, but that at least gets us to the point where I am willing to, you know, have that be there. Next thing we need to do is make it so when a game ends, it disappears from the screen. That is very true, Bear Potato. 1994 did call. So I was alive in 1994, and certainly old enough to remember that joke from 1994. And you are right, Otto. That is what makes the joke fun. I see I only caught a glimpse at the time, so I thought you had more commands in place. Yeah, Z-Doctor. So I actually do have a lot of commands in the system, but that is actually all you have to do to create a command, is just make one of those. So that is all that it takes. You just create that, and it exists. So we actually do have a lot of commands in the system. Okay, so we don't need to be in info.js any longer because that sort of exists. Where do we game over right now? Right here. Update frame, else game over. So when we game over, what do we need to do? We need to set... Oh, if is running is false, we display game over. That's drawing game over, not actually doing a game over, so that's displaying it. We need to, in some way, end this game. This dot underscore is running. If the game is already running, we're going to immediately return. So you can't start a game that's already running, but when the player dies, it will no longer be running. Oh, yeah. No problem, Otto. Welcome. Yep, there are a lot of us in here that are programmers, obviously. Will, you're thinking... So I do have awesome notifications turned on in this project. What are you thinking we should have a notification about in the awesome notifications? We could do a game over or someone starting a game or something like that. I haven't styled them yet, so they're just the default awesome notifications. No, yeah, so right now all we're doing for the game over is we just write in red text game over. So, let me show you what that looks like. I will cause a game over, and you guys can see what that looks like. Move right. Move right. Move right. Oh no, the zombie hit me. Oh no, he hit me again. Move up. Uh-oh, I'm trapped. Can he not kill me anymore? Maybe he can't. Why can't he kill me? And I killed myself on him? I am confused. Some bug with the zombie there. But that's the game over. Why couldn't he kill me? He used to kill us all the time. That's something weird. Might be the changes to his movement. Either way, wasteful start. And starts a new game. Okay, so he can kill me. Z-Doctor, that could be. I might have needed a bonk into the sides. Because I know bonking we do consider to be movement, and we should consider it movement when you're moving off the edge. But you're right. We might be disallowing it instead of calling it a bonk. So that might be what it is. You could be correct there, Z-Doctor. Either way, so the zombie can definitely kill us, but you're right. That might not have counted as movement. Let me do this. So first off, I want to test that safeguard works. So we're going to start up the game. So you'll see it started a new game here. So I have picked up the taco. My health is increased, and if I try to start a new game, it started a new game. Oh, I haven't refreshed. I bet is the problem. Okay, good. Now we can't start a new game. So I hadn't refreshed. New code works. Everything's fine. There we go. So that prevents us from starting one when the game is already running. Prevent game from restarting. Prevent game start while running. Move in a circle. I'm sorry, do not read me. I'm going to read you again. That's my bad. That's my bad. Cower in fear. Yeah, there are a lot of interesting commands we could definitely use. Actually, let me go ahead and do this real fast. Alias add wasteful start w start. There we go. Only one command needed, serpentine. Okay. So that'll let us do that. So once the game's going, that game has to complete. We'll eventually want to set it up so we send that data back to the server from the game, whether or not the player won or not. So draw game over, clear canvas. So that is start the game from the chat. We now need to end the game after game over is our big thing. No, because they can kill the zombie, Z-Doctor. The only reason the player died to the zombie in that corner was because because they were down to, I was down to 1 health when the zombie came at me. But let's give this a quick test, because your suggestion of maybe it doesn't count as a move when I'm going right could be the issue. So move up, move right, move up, move right. And if I try to move up, yep, you're right. Move ups don't do anything, but to move right, he'll follow me. See? So it's not considering a move up off the screen to be an actual movement. So it's not registering that. So let's fix that. Let's go to player. Move direction can move to, so we're saying if we can move to the location, do it. Otherwise, let the target hit us. Hit the target we're moving to. Oh, is it maybe throwing an error when we do that? Hang on. Ah, there's what it is. So we're saying that that's not a function because there is no target up there, and then we're getting an error instead of running the movement, so that's why we're not getting to the zombie. We threw an error. That makes a lot of sense. So, let's go back here. This needs a safety. Did JavaScript ever get around to adding a question mark dot? I want a question mark dot right there. JavaScript null conditional. Let's try null propagation. They have it. No. Yeah, so... yeah, bummer. Okay. Well, let's do this then. Perhaps after player movement check to see if a player has any valid moves. Yeah. Just that again. Don't need to read it twice. So we're going to say if target or actually maybe we return back a bonk. I don't know. We'll do this. We'll do this. So this will allow the player to get killed by that. So sorry, player. You're going to have a bad day now. Wasteful start. Move up. Move up. Move up. Huh. Wait, what? Oh, it's in the zombie movement now? Zombie JS line 40. Oh, he's bonking on the barrel. He's bonking on the barrel. Obstacle. My bad. Hit by zombie, do nothing. Wasteful start. Oh, now he's hitting the taco. Yep, he can kill me now. There we go. So I can now bonk the edge of the board until I die. So that's effective. We need to handle what happens if the zombie hits food. I assume they just bonk on it. We'll have them bonk on that for now also. So right now our food is just called taco because that's the only food we have. So we'll do hit by zombie, nothing happens. So zombies will just run into food. There'll be obstacles just like anything else. You can register it as a bonk, but I assume eventually you want the player to move to a different area. Yeah, Z-Doctor, so we're probably going to have mapping. So I'm going to register it as a bonk for now because we're saying we don't have a handler for it. I don't know, the barrel area seems pretty safe. Yeah, it is a pretty bad idea to move away from the barrels as we look at this, because they really keep you safe from the zombies. What the? There we go. Or you can make a out of area method and pass the direction they move. Yeah, Z-Doctor. So we're going to do something like that. So what I'm planning on having happen is I'm planning on defining the exit. So what's going to return is this. So where is it? Where's the grid? Grid. I don't have you open. So basically the grid, when you at location off the grid, it'll return back an exit. So at location will return back an exit if there is one. So essentially we'll surround the grid with an exit, and that'll be the idea. Yes, exactly. So yep, you hit it precisely. So if you leave the side of the board, you're going to load a new area next to it. Yep, that's the idea. Avoid errors by zombie bonking, which we're going to do those first. So this is the 2 zombie bonks. Avoid errors from zombie bonking. And this is player bonks border temporary. Okay. Oh yeah, so Z-Doctor. Originally, that was actually my plan, was to build this in Unity, but as I mentioned, the guy that I was pairing with is a JavaScript dev, not a C# dev. So we did it in JavaScript. I have a couple of other games that I'm planning on doing in Unity in C#. Hey S&B, welcome. So we're making some pretty good progress. I like what we've got right now. So we start this up. Wasteful start. We get that. So there we go. Probably what I want to do, so we're going to need to make our like random generation of level more advanced. I want to have a specific exit tile probably. So like you need to go to that tile to exit. Maybe we'll just put the word exit on it or something like that. We'll see. Either way, let's allow for an end game now that we've fixed those errors. So inside of Wasteful, we are going to, so that's draw game over, which is called here. Hey, Sushinator, thank you very much for the 2 months in a row of Twitch Prime. Greatly appreciated. Let's spam some hype in that chat room, everybody. Your egg next month, if you subscribe again, will finally hatch, or will begin hatching. Hype. Any kind of hype will do if you don't have our hype. Hey, and BJ Ricky's here too. BG Ricky. I know my words. This dot underscore end game. So we'll end game and draw game over. End game has to, so this is going to display, but this needs to turn it off. Hatching, stool penner. See, do you see the little badge next to stool penner there? That's the one you're looking for there, Sushinator. That's the 3-month subscriber. Yep, like that. Yep, and then and at 6 months, it looks like that one. So where you get that guy, you can have a pointing arrow in the direction the exit tile is. Oh, yeah, that's a very good idea, Z-Doctor. I might just write exit and point, like, you know, write exit and point an arrow. We'll something like that. But yeah, that is the concept. And we'll maybe make it so that there's only like 1 or 2 exits in the level. But we need to keep track of points too. So there's a bunch of stuff we have to do. So for end game, we need this to be like a delayed disappearing thing, so I did this somewhere else. Is that the hangman? No, we just ended immediately. Any good suggestions from the audience there? For what we can do on our end game. So I want to display the game over. Well, maybe we don't display the game over. Maybe we just use it. Maybe we just use the awesome notifications. Yeah. So I say game over, but what I mean is I want this to run for a little bit. So maybe what I do is this. Maybe in end game. Maybe we do this instead. And instead do the draw game over. But that would repeat then if we did that. So I don't want to do, because I want to clear it after a time. Maybe we do it up here. This dot end game. Let's ask the interwebs. ES6 might have a better way of doing this. So we could do a set timeout. ES6 delay. Yeah, here we go. Is there a version of set timeout that returns the ES6 promise? Okay. First of all, no. Dang it! I was hoping ES6 would have added that for us. If we want, delay equals that. Where that's our number of milliseconds that we want to delay. And so if we defined this, we could then say delay by some amount of time, say like 5,000 milliseconds. Which we could do, and then say then do our thing. Oh, actually, whoa, that is not the way I do that. I do it like that. I almost derped the crap out of that thing. Oh, can it do that? Is it going to be bound to the correct this if I do it? I'm not 100%. Let's find out if it does it or not. Refresh the screen. Let's do a wasteful start. So we're going to start up our game again. Let's move right. We're gonna go get ourselves killed by this zombie. This one should kill us. Okay, so game over. Now it should wait 5 seconds and should clear the screen. Derp. Context of undefined. Okay, so that's what I was asking. I said I wasn't sure if it was gonna bind, and that proves that it did not bind. What we have to do is this. We have to do one of these. Pretty much in order to make that work. You should have a command that lets the player just wait. Oh, yeah. Stoolpinner, take care, see ya, have fun. And you're right, Z-Doctor, we should have a standstill kind of action that lets the zombie come to us instead of me having to bonk into something every time. But not too worried about that just yet, because we're able to make it work with what we're doing, and that's the big thing. That I should put somewhere else to make that a little nicer, but derp. I need to find a way to get that into some kind of namespace that I can use that'll be nice. Refresh that. Start up the game. Move up. Move right. Move right. Move right. Move down. Move right. Move right. Move right. Last one should game over me. And in a few seconds, hopefully disappear. And it's gone. And I can start up a new one. So there we go. Okay, cool. So that disappears. There is still a problem. So I need to change what we're doing there. And that is that I don't want to call clear canvas. What I want to do is this needs to call endgame. So we're going to put that there and then move this code elsewhere. Just happens that endgame is going to call clear canvas. Panoramic ZNY, welcome, thanks for following. We're going to call clear canvas. And we want to do this code right here, maybe? So we'll draw the game over, then we're going to say, hey, go ahead and do that. So that's not going to happen at the... And then... So delay, then call endgame. And calling endgame is what's going to set this dot underscore is running equal to false. We're not going to do that elsewhere. Where did I set is running equal to false? Right there. We're not going to call end game there either. Oh, crap, because we're determining it there. Okay. It's running false. That's how I was determining that it was that. Okay. We'll remove the player. Running is game over. Don't really like it. We're gonna do this for now. We'll fix it up later. So if the player health is that, then we're gonna say is game over equals true. Inside of end game, we'll say is running equals false, and this dot game over equals false. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna say if Revert this if, please. If it's game over, then draw game over and do that. Otherwise, make the move. What is the logic? Oh, Z-Doctor, zombie pathing. Don't worry about that yet. There is no zombie pathing. Logic. No. We didn't do that yet. Okay. So we're gonna say update the frame game over, end game, clear canvas when we end the game, and I think that's all we have to do. We can't start a new game if it's still running. It literally just moves in the direction of the player right now. That's all it does. It does not have logic yet. The zombie will get some actual pathfinding. We just didn't start it there. We just said, which way is the player? Go that way. So I'm going to get that on the clipboard. I really need... This zombie's gonna kill me. Nope, we didn't game over. But we can go to negative health. It let me start the game. Okay, so we didn't go to end game. Yeah, so do not read me. To an extent, the problem is this. If you're standing at the corner... here. The zombie's really dumb when we say this. The zombie will not go to you if he is to your right. So I'll draw it on a notepad real fast. So if we said like player barrel zombie, and this is open, he could just step there to get to you. He will never step in that open space. He is going to bonk into that barrel every single time because we don't even allow him to choose up or down if one is possible. So like if they were equidistant, he still tries to fix the x-axis first. So that's why I point out that there is no logic, he is just straight up dumb. Like even allowing for like moving around an object, that would be enough pathfinding for a zombie in my opinion. So I agree with your assessment there, do not read me. The zombie should be dumb. But it should have better pathfinding than just bonks into a thing when it could literally just reach over and get you. Oh, no. Yeah, so Z-Doctor, I agree. I just want to allow him to go up or down, whichever one. So, like, either one is possible. So I just don't want to allow that scenario I just pointed out. That's the only one. Other than that, the zombie is smart enough in that he's going to walk the wrong way. The other thing I need to change about the zombie movement logic is I don't want him to chase you if he's too far away. I want him to shamble randomly. So he will do random shambling movement, even potentially into stuff, as long as there's no player near him. So that's the other thing I want to do with their logic. So if this is game over, if player health is less than or equal to 0, we set game over. If this is game over, then we're going to draw the game over, we're going to delay, and then we're going to end game. We didn't do that. Why didn't we do that? We're going to toss a breakpoint there for the game over, and we're going to toss a breakpoint there when we get to it. We'll add that breakpoint in later. Okay, so move right. We're not going to catch that breakpoint, are we? Good. This is what I was talking about. So I'm going to move into that space right here, and I'm going to move down, and that zombie will never get to me, because he's not smart enough to figure out that he can just move up a space instead of over a space. So he just attacked me here, and he just attacked, he followed me there, and he should attack me here. He should attack me there. Now we catch in the debugger. We should be setting this .gameOver equal to true. Let's step into end game. Oh, and I triggered that based on that, and so end game would no longer be set, and it won't do it. Okay. Derp. That's on me. Because we set it there. So we can't set it there, because update frame needs to happen. So... oh, we don't call end game here. That's the problem. We don't call it until there. That's why. And then end game should clear the canvas. Right, it cleared the canvas and then rewrote it is what happened. Okay. Alright, I think that bug is fixed. Wasteful. Oh, man. There we go. Oh, we're trapped. We're not with the zombie. Yeah, I don't have any safeties on that. So we can totally fail to actually be in the same region. Move up, move up, move up, move up, move up. And last one, this one should kill us. Oh, we caught the breakpoint. I think we can just continue. Yep, we're in there. It's going to do a game over. It may already be counting down. Game over appears. And it should disappear here in a second. Hey, it disappeared. Cool. And we can start up the next round. Okay, perfect. So that works exactly the way we want it to. Let me confirm by dying one last time. So I'm going to die one last time and try to start a game. And I cannot start a game during that, which is perfect. Now that that has disappeared, now I can start a game. So that's what we were doing. We were making sure that no one could start a game while we were on that game over screen. So it has to complete. And the reason I did that is because I don't want to accidentally start a new one. So that's what we were fixing there. And yeah, do not read me. We, as you guys mentioned, we could make some really crazy zombies at some point. Like an undead Chatosaurus zombie, for example. So this is hide display after game over. Okay, there we go. When you are in that position, he won't move to you anymore. Will he when you go up from there? Bear Potato, yeah, he will. I guess that won't matter since you have to refactor that move logic. Yeah, I need to fix his move logic anyway, so don't worry about that. Yep. That is a good point. Okay, so going back to my list. At the beginning of the stream, I created this list of stuff. We have end game after game over. So there we go. Oh, we already displayed the name of the adventurer a little bit. Not really well. We now need to display points. So we got to earn some kind of points, give you some kind of incentive to play the game. So earn some points, make it worthwhile. Don't worry, those points are actually going to eventually have meaning. For now, they don't have any meaning. We're just going to display them. But we are going to give them a purpose. I have a bunch of people in here. I should click these buttons. If you haven't yet, join our Discord. There are a bunch of developers in there, literally hundreds of developers that you can chat with about all kinds of programming stuff. Also, you can check out all of our code is actually available on GitHub. It is all open source, so feel free, if you have suggestions, ideas, things like that, add them as issues on the GitHub repository for this project. This is part of our, I will show you, it is our chatbot project. It's right here. We are working on this branch, the rogue one. Feel free to send pull requests to this rogue branch if you want, or let me know by just creating issues here in the repository as well if you have ideas that you don't or can't implement for whatever reason. Okay, so next thing, we need to display some kind of points. So where do we want to track points? We could. I don't really feel like tracking points in the player because I don't think we're ever going to have multiple players. I don't think. Points, bitcoins. No. They're not gonna be bitcoins. We actually already have tokens that you're gonna spend to get that, but this will be something else. Actually, Unicode money symbols. What kind of fun money? Do we have any? Wait, are there really Bitcoin symbols in Unicode? Oh my god, it's really in there. That is hilarious. I guess we could make it bitcoins that you earn while playing, technically. That's kind of weird. Yeah, we could do yen. Oh, we could do something totally foreign that no one's ever heard of, like euros. Like no one in this chat's ever heard of a euro before. On which types of websites are tokens used? What's a euro? Yeah, see? There you go. What's a euro? Very strange currency. I wouldn't worry about it. No one uses that stuff anyway. Looks like Monopoly money. I recall there being something in ES6 Unicode that they did something weird with Unicode in ES6, right? Unicode escapes for code points beyond 16 bits. Okay, but I think we're not beyond that, so. Yeah, so if we needed to exceed that, we could. Coding karma. Oh, give me a break. There's no way you were actually offended by that. At least if you are, I apologize. It was not meant to offend. It was a joke. If anything, it's our currency that's the weird one. Where's info? I must have closed it. There it is. Okay. So I need to break this out into a method. For now, let's do this. \u. There we go. Okay, that ought to do it. Whoops. Actually, I should have done this. And that's not player health, that is points of some kind? What? There you go. Okay, what did I grab? The Bitcoin symbol? That ought to work for now. on. We don't want to grab. So, well, actually, I guess if I redisplay it, we should see it. Oh wait, no, I messed up. I messed up. Hang on. Gah. We gotta go back in here. I gotta do this. See, that's what I get for not fixing it. See, Will is gonna be laughing right now. He's gonna be like, "I told you should have made that thing," and I'm like, "I know I should have made the thing." What the? Did I not refresh after doing that? There we go. Okay, so Bitcoins 3. Don't ask me why we're doing Bitcoins for it. And actually, let's do this. These are too big. We'll do 16 pixels. 24, 48, 72, 96. Refresh that. There we go. Okay, that's much better. Yeah, well, you'd never say I told you so. No. You're right. I do need to do that. Okay, so we need to put the real value in here. It's not going to be player health. I think we're just going to do single player. I don't think we're ever going to allow more than one player in here. So that means we need that data to come from elsewhere. So we're supposed to draw the info for the player, but I guess maybe we'll put the points on the player, even though I don't really like that. Get points. Return 7. Hoping someone laughs that I just returned 7 there. Wasteful start. There we go, 7. Alright, works perfectly. Put points in the top right-hand corner or top left or one of the corners. You're right, I probably should put that over there somewhere and then health somewhere else. And actually... Unicode heart. Wow. That's weird. I don't want to copy and paste the symbols. Unicode search. Heart. There we go. Okay, got it. Heavy black heart. This is a zombie game. I'm almost tempted to do the green heart. Yep, green heart it is. Ooh, draw a health bar instead of displaying it as text. Yeah, we could do that. That'd be a decent way to do it. I'm just gonna do a number of hearts instead of text. And you guys are totally right. How about health to follow the sprite as a sort of health bar? SAC TV, we could. My worry about that is just the amount of space around the sprite. I'm a little worried about that right now. I'm going to make our hearts blue hearts. Actually, now that we think about it. Because the zombie will be green hearts. Where's info? Info is right over here. So instead of saying health, I'm going to do... let's see, it's \u, and then it needs to be inside of curly braces because that's a 5-character one. So that's a big Unicode character, so we need to do it that way. And then once we do that, then I want to say, what is it, dot repeat, player dot health. Is that what I want to do? I think that's what I want to do. See if I'm using that right, everybody. Hey, there it is. Nice. So watch this. Bonk! There's my 4th heart. Perfect. So hearts are these blue hearts over here. So let's, instead of saying player, we'll just say the player's name. And we'll put the points, maybe we'll make the points the top one. Either way, we're going to do the thing that Will was commenting that we should have forever ago. Yeah, points are going to be 7, that's going to be fine. So, updating the info display box. Okay, so let's make underscore right line. We'll call that text, and we'll keep track of the position that we wrote. I don't actually know how I want this to work. Right line, text. Let line number equal 0. I could do that. I don't really like the idea of having a side effect, so maybe we'll do that. Oh, yeah. No, Boxy Baby, we're totally gonna do that kind of stuff. Where you can buy stuff to make the differences. That's all going to get passed down. That's going to be handled by the C# application, which is going to tell you what you're going to start with and things like that. Yep, we'll have all that kind of stuff in there. The text we're going to send in for this one is going to be this. And then we're going to send in this text for the second line. And points for the final line. And Dark Polearm, welcome. Thanks for following. Love the thought and suggestion there, Boxy Baby. I absolutely want... So the specifics that you're mentioning there, I definitely want to get those written down somewhere, reminded at some point. So love where your head's at. That is exactly what we want to do. So the left remains the same, and we're going to do top Y. plus 24 times the line number, I think. I think that's what we want. So we're going to start at 0. It's going to be 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. Not ideal. Couldn't WriteLine just take text and keep a state of line number on its own? Tranquilla, yeah, as long as there's a reset of it. That's the challenge, is it's got a reset. That's why I did it this way to start with. Let's see if it works. Derp! Nope, didn't work. Wow, we didn't even get an error. I must have written it way off of where I wanted to put it. Line number equals 0. That's going to be 1. Do I have info up here? Info? Nope, it's not there. Let's just go open up info then, and we'll take a look. Oh, yep, that broke. Apparently didn't like that code. WriteLine is not defined. Wait, what? Oh, this dot WriteLine. Derp! This dot. There we go. Fixed. Here's my breakpoint. There we go. Okay, so the basic WriteLine works. Let's see if we can refactor that to be a little bit nicer. Fix up the... Add a... We'll say refactor info display. Clean up info display code. Okay, so that's passing in the line number. If we have this keep track, the only way we could do that is if we set like this dot underscore line number equal to 0. Every time you did this, at which point this method needs to never get called twice. So we're not... So we could do this. Whoops. And then we don't need to do that anymore. It just increments every time it's called. We're not super, what's a good word for it? We're not thread safe, like, at all this way. Not that that's a huge problem with our code base, but... Whoops. I derped it. How did I derp it? Oh, this dot line number. This dot underscore line number. There it is. There we go. Okay. Another suggestion. Instead of writing 2x move right, maybe make it possible to pass a second parameter. Yes, Boxy Baby, that is actually a suggestion that we are already planning on doing. Someone actually mentioned that. And yes, it is mostly relevant for the testing scenario, because doing movements like that could get you killed pretty easily. But we still could queue stuff up. Oh my god, did you guys see this setup? Look at that poor zombie. He's trapped. This little zombie's trapped in. Glad you noticed too, Trank. Oh man, that poor zombie. Oh jeez. That's too good. That's too good. Tweak the info drawing. Okay. Let's actually get like real points here. So we're going to start off our point total at 0. So player points. This needs to be returning this dot underscore points. So when you start off, your points are 0. Hit by a zombie. Increase. Nothing will ever decrease points. Increase points by the amount. This won't do anything weird. We're going to say this dot points plus equals amount. Moving diagonally should be a thing. No moving diagonally, Trank. Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. Is it's we got to do it we want to do it this way. We want to maybe it's getting this out of scope. What about scrollable movable map? Maybe with so Boxy Baby. What we're gonna do is when you reach a border, there's gonna be an exit to go to a next map screen. So yes, we are gonna do that at some point. Trank, we're not gonna slow down the zombie. He's gonna move at your same pace for now. We're just gonna make him shamble near you. So here's what we need to do. We need to call increase points on our player. Hit by player. So we're gonna call player dot increase points. Picking up a taco, I don't know, 10 points. Killing a zombie. Player dot increase points. We want to encourage you to kill the zombies, so we'll give you 50 points for killing the zombie, 10 points for 20 points and 5 points. 20 points and 5 points. These are probably going to end up being database values, something like that, some kind of configurable thing at some point. And maybe even be based on difficulty levels, types of thing that you killed, something like that. So for now, I'm just hard-coding them in there. Don't worry about that. We'll extract them out later. Hang on, what is this? You could maybe make it one of the purchasable perks to... oh, yes, Dark Polum. That's a good idea. Like a perk for you could move diagonally, but maybe the zombie can't. That would be a useful perk to be able to buy. Player increase health, player and stuff points. Let's see if this works. So we're gonna refresh that screen. I am going to start up a game. I have 0 points right now. I have 3 health. Let's go right. Go down. Oh, I did not get my points. I want to move up. Up, move up, move up. There we go. Move up, move down. There we go. So then I only took 1 point damage for that. So we did not get points for either of those. What did I derp? Increase points by that amount. Player. Increase points by that amount. This dot underscore points. I derped that. Good. Derped that nicely. Move right. Move down. Move right. Move down. 25 points. And 3 hit points left. Perfect. Are you going to implement an inventory? Yes, Z-Doctor, the inventory is going to display on the right for items obtained during that adventure. Any given adventure that you do, any surviving you do. And why do you use underscore var name? Z-Doctor, that's to define that it... So, with classes in JavaScript, I don't have access to private variables. So, by convention, I don't access the underscore values of anything other than a this. So if it's dot underscore, I know, oh, that's only supposed to be used by the class itself. So that's my way of getting a private member. Yeah. Classes in JavaScript didn't quite get us everything we wanted, but not bad. Okay, so display points. Show points. wait, earn and display points. So there we go. That's some basic point display. We now need some way of having either additional zombies appear in the game, or we need to allow you to leave this screen. Those are the big things that I want to do now. So we either need to come up with an exit and be able to go to the next screen, at which point I'm probably not going to have us come back. It's probably going to be you enter and you go to the next screen, and it's not a you go back to the previous screen. So it's not like exploratory, it's continuing on. You go down a level, but you don't go back. That's true, Boxy Baby. We could probably really easily switch to TypeScript, and I may do that at some point. But I'm intentionally trying to use vanilla JS for this, specifically because I think it's a very good learning thing, and there's a lot to be learned from TypeScript as well. So I will probably want to do both on stream. So that is one of the big goals on my stream. Is I like to do stuff I think people would be interested in. So if there are a lot of people that want to see TypeScript, we'll probably do TypeScript at some point. Kind of like I intend to do F# at some point. Just, you know, there's always stuff on the list, and we want to get to some cool things when we can. Maybe start a movement timer on death of zombies so X number of player moves before a new zombie spawns. I love it, Bear Potato. I love it. Or we spawn in a new zombie somewhere on a border when you kill one. Either way, there's a couple of things we need to do. So, zombie, move straight, wasteful, and wasteful. Date frame, move player. Actually, maybe we just add a zombie every 10 moves. No, Bear Potato. Yeah, no, so, actually, it's not going to be based on the death of a zombie. Just every 10 moves, another zombie will appear. And since there's a limited amount of food in any given place, you can't survive fighting zombies that long. Trank, you hit it precisely. It's always good to understand vanilla, and then start using the frameworks and libraries. They can add a lot. The framework, that's not to say you shouldn't. You should absolutely use the frameworks and libraries. They add a lot of benefit. That's why we're using awesome notifications, for example. But it's always good to make sure you know how stuff's working. Are all the levels going to be procedural, or do you plan to add some sort of level editor? Boxy Baby, I haven't decided yet. There might be some special levels that are set up and specific. Yes, exactly, Bear Potato. Yep, that's the idea. So we need this zombie array to... why don't we keep track of the turn count? So we start the game. This dot underscore... For now, we're just going to leave turn number here. We may... So we're going to need some cleanup on this code at some point, figuring out where stuff needs to live eventually. But we can definitely make some progress. So when we start the game, we set turn number equal to 0. Move player. The end of move player, we're going to increment the turn number every time. So instead of saying zombies equals that zombies.filter, we're going to say get and remove. So get and remove zombies is what we're going to call it. Add or remove. This dot underscore add or remove zombies. Which actually, now that I think about it, that should be one big thing. This dot underscore add or remove zombies. underscore add or remove zombies. It's going to be that method. So this gets us the zombies if one is killed, so that's remove the zombies. And then we'll say if this dot underscore turn number mod 10 every 8 moves. So there's going to be an impending zombie coming. Whoops, triple equals. And no, we're going to make it faster. There's going to be 6. Turn number mods 6 equals 0. Wait, why is it not like that? Oh, it's just that it's empty. Okay. This dot underscore zombies push new zombie. Trank, you do not like the triple equals, but it makes sense for JavaScript. So I will say, in JavaScript, I like the triple equals. I don't like the fact that it's necessary. But yes, so you're absolutely right, Trank. In C#, when we use a double equals, what we really mean is the triple equals that JavaScript uses. So it's just that they're double equals doesn't mean the same thing that ours does. So that's the idea. So new zombie, and I need to give it the grid. Okay. Just wanted to confirm what it needed. So it needs the grid. Zombies right now are appearing in that spot that we mentioned. Let's do this. So that'll just add a new zombie right where the previous one was. But I don't want to do that. So let's go to zombie. Zombie class, hi, welcome. Oh, we can ask the grid for a random location. That's what we do. So this set it to 7 and 3, but I'm gonna do this: X, Y. Wait, hang on. I forget, my brain's not working. I apologize, everybody. OS, JavaScript. Why? I don't know why my brain won't come up with this for right now. There's not, but I just do an OR on it, but I can't remember. It's that. Okay, so it is just the OR. Okay, and it'll put in that value, that, or the other one. Okay, so I just say, like, X. For some reason, I was thinking I had to do something extra other than that, and I don't know why my brain stopped working right there. So we're going to say assign X equal to X, or 7, assign Y equal to Y, or 3. That should be how it works. Like, I'm not going crazy, right? Okay. So since we didn't pass those in the other one, pass them in here. For here, we're going to pass in the random coordinates. So we're going to say let location equal this dot underscore grid dot get random open location. So it's going to randomly place the zombie somewhere. Why won't it find that? There we go. And it returns those as X and Y. Okay, perfect. Alright, cool. And yes, that is inefficient. Don't worry about it. Alright, so we're going to do that. Let's go ahead and try this. See if it works. If so, that'll be really awesome. So this is wasteful start. Move right, move down, move left. Uh-oh. Forgot one spawned right at the beginning. because we started the turn at 0. So let's make that not happen. So if this and greater than 0. Turn number greater than 0 and that. Instead of instantly spawning a zombie, add an indication. Spawn 1 turn before they appear a grave at that location. Ooh, that's a nice idea. I like it, Moxie baby. I like it. I like where your head's at. Let's do that. Install when I exit. Hang on 1 second. Let me toss this up on the screen. There we go. Pixels. We need to make a gravestone of some kind. Let's pick a color. How dark do we want this gravestone to be? Not that dark, maybe, for the darker areas of it. And let me grab this. We're just going to draw with a rectangle for now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Off by 1, so I need that one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So there is our basic gravestone. Let's cut the corners, and we're going to add the lighter parts first. So we're doing the back, this is the darker portion, and then we're going to put the lighter portion in front of it. We probably want to write RIP on it, so let's go full on black real fast. And how big does this need to be? Another one? Is that gonna fit okay? I'm off by 1 on that. I didn't even count when I was doing it. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna soften this. So that's gonna get... actually, we're gonna leave that there. How's that look? RIP? Oh yeah, that looks great. Alright, now we're going to have to make it look a little bit dimensional here. Give it a little bit of shading, make it look nice. I don't know if a grave that says RIP is the best way to indicate like a spawning here. Yeah, that's a good point. But maybe we'll show a hand coming out of it. We'll show like a green hand, and I'll steal the color of our zombie for that. So I want to make this slightly three-dimensional, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to grab this color we've got here that I did this for. We're going to make this slightly wider on this side, actually. So let me do this just to remind myself that that's the color we're using. I'm going to lighten this a little bit. How's that? There we go. That's not bad. Slightly lighter color here. I might go even lighter in a moment, but these aren't bad. And yeah, I still need to adjust how we're rounding that on the top. I just wanted to write the word rip in there. So we get an idea of what... So if anybody looks at the stream, they'll know what I'm doing. I'm making a gravestone. Actually, let's not go all the way up just yet. So we need some kind of light on that side, and then we're going to need a hand coming up. Alright, let's fix this part here. So that's 2 down to there, 2 down to there, down to there. So there's the roundness of our gravestone, because I'm doing a double fat pixel for this. Do I need to go higher? No, I don't want to go any higher. Oh yeah, no. Hey Sergi, welcome. Boxy, yeah, we'll probably use this tombstone for the player and the one with the arm in front of it for a zombie spawning. Oh, oh yeah, I guess we could do that. We could do a dark mud spot for the zombie. The reason I was going to do just a grave marker spot for them to show up is that this is going to appear just fine, I think, no matter where we put it. Yeah, Z-Doctor, this is going to be an obstacle. You're going to be able to bump into these before the zombie appears. Most definitely. Alright, and we're gonna, I want to have like a crack in it or something at one point, but I don't want to do that just yet, so hang on. Let me go grab our zombie guy. Here's our zombie. Open that over in another file. There's our zombie. And what color do we want reaching out of there? This color? So we'll grab this. I'm gonna bring that over. That's gonna be the arm coming up for now. And I guess I could develop this in a layer, but not gonna worry about it just yet. So we're gonna grab this. I don't know how to do hands, guys. I don't know how to do hands. And actually should be there. Was off by 1. So there's the hand coming up. Hang on, let me read chat. Bunch of stuff going on. You're going to use this, make a few... Yes, I need to make some variants, kind of like we did with the flaming barrels and the flaming tires. Could also spawn a tombstone after killing a zombie, so the player needs to take care where to kill them. Ooh, Boxy Baby, that would be mean. That would be mean. Someone attacked, others damaged. Yeah, exactly, Doctor. Yep, you hit it precisely. What did I do? Yeah, let me look at this guy. I'm gonna do this. Hang on. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. I meant to do this. Derp. I'm not sure how I'm gonna make this look like a hand with so few pixels. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Yeah. No, you're totally right. I'm going to take that suggestion that Boxy Baby made, and we're just going to make this be the player one. Or maybe where you kill a zombie. Hey, Jen's Duck, welcome. Do a big ball on the end. Yeah, I guess I could. That arm is in the center. Also, hey Jen's Duck, welcome. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, I'm going to break the rules a little bit. And your statement was correct that that is not in the center, and I should probably shift it. So let's go ahead and move it to the center. Let's grab that background, put this back in place right there. So yeah, hey Jen's Duck, welcome back. It has been a few weeks. Glad you have made it back to this one. And let's take a look. How's that? How's that? Zombie? No, I don't like it. I don't like it. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna save this as zombie gravestone. We're gonna go ahead and save it, even though I really don't like it. I think we're gonna go like this. This is just gravestone 0. And how do we make it appear that there's definitely a zombie showing up here? Nice, Jen. That's JSON is actually really awesome. I like it a lot. That is not a great brown. How's that look? Base level of brown. Not bad. I now need a little bit of darker. Actually, let's extend that over to about there. Definitely needed to go up here a little bit too. Let's go to the corner on that one. A little higher on that side. Whoops. Scrolled around a little bit. Didn't mean to. That's not bad. Let's see. I didn't see that it was listing an array for everything. Oh, yes. Make all the dirt a little darker, you think? All the dirt darker? I think I need to add a darker set. I think I need to add, like, some darker. Actually, let's do this. Wait a minute. When you unshovel dirt, the darker dirt is from the bottom. I think I have this backwards. And make rip in a darker gray? Like, make rip be dark gray instead of black, you mean? You're right. That stands out a bit too much, so let's adjust that. That's a good call. So let's do darker than the side, but still not fully black. Darker still. Let's lighten. There we go. There we go. I think that's probably going to be a little bit better. Yeah, now the rip doesn't quite pierce as much as it did. 1 pixel or half pixel around it. Oh, yeah. I may do some half pixel stuff. I didn't just yet. Anyway, here's what I was thinking about the dirt. I do think that we need to actually make it so that the darker dirt is actually on top. In some places. Whoops. Is that going to look bad if we do it that way? No, I think it looked better with it on bottom. Despite the fact that I know it's wrong, I think it looks better that way. Maybe darken all the dirt? I don't know. Yeah, exactly. So the funny thing is, Boxy Baby, the comment about half pixel, because I did these, I'm doing double like thickness pixels for most stuff. That does allow me to do what I would describe as like a half pixel style thing, because the boxiness of the artwork makes it look like, so it looks like this. But I could definitely make it less pixely by cutting the corners a little. But I like the way it's set up. I like the way this is drawn. Alright, so we're going to call this... we called the previous one Zombie Gravestone 1, right? It's like zombie... this is like... why don't we say Fresh Gravestone? Let's steal some of this guy's arm again. Maybe we do it with just 2 of them? Is that maybe how we show it? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to make the zombie come out of the grave right now. Because the problem is the only way I make hands recognizable right now at this level of pixels is in context, right? Because you see it coming off their arms. There's not really a hand per se. So. Just make his upper half. Oh! More read. I love it. That is a great idea. I could actually just do this. Whoops, I need a layer for that. Where's my layer box? Oh, it's over here. That's weird. It's actually kind of funny. So maybe the first turn it shows up, we show the gravestone and then the dirt. Yeah, that is a great suggestion. We will bury his jaw. Good point. We could draw a little bit more of the soil in front of him. So let's do this. Actually, let me do it this way. I should show you all what I'm doing. Now, how much soil do we want in front of this zombie, I wonder? Too much nose. He'll have pushed out on this side, we'll say. There we go. Yeah. I like it. I like it. There we go. So zombies coming out of the grave like that. Whoops. I saved that as the wrong file type. Derp. That was a perng. Save that as a nice perng. I gotta flatten it though. Which means I need to go delete the one I didn't mean to save, which is the one with the layers. Okay, so thought being this, we show the fresh gravestone to start with. Then once we show the fresh gravestone, then we show the this guy the next turn, and then the turn after he appears and the gravestone's gone. So let's do that. Okay, Paint.net, you can update yourself. Sorry about that, everybody. you get craziness on the stream as I click that button, allowing it to do that. Speaking of which, if anybody is in here and you have not done so yet, make sure you check out our Discord. You can find it using that link there or down below. You can also find all of our source code out on GitHub. Everything we do here is open source, so feel free to take a look. So there's our fresh gravestone. There's zombie gravestone 0. Zombie gravestone 1 is way better. And this is adding zombies. So we're going to add zombies first because I didn't commit that. So add zombies every few turns. This is gravestone artwork. There we go. Thanks, Paint.net. Good stuff, Paint.net. Alright. So now, when we do this, we need to set it up so that instead of putting in a zombie, we get a gravestone. And then we turn gotta figure out how we want to do that. I'm not sure I want to jump right into that one. Okay, so, I guess with that, I am going to do this. Close all documents. First off, I mentioned Discord, I mentioned GitHub. Couple of other things I want to mention. Check out our YouTube channel for archives of what we've got here on the stream. You can also find me on Twitter. I'm at Brandonius, or you can follow just DevChatter stuff using the DevChatter Twitter. Additionally, I am scheduling more episodes in our Learn to Code in C# series. I put a link to that series there in the chat. Feel free to go check that out. If you or anyone you know is interested in learning C#, we're going to do that. We're going to do it from a beginner level, starting with like you have never programmed anything. I am actually bringing on a guest who is another streamer. He is not a programming streamer. He is not a programmer. He is going to learn on the stream. So this is a follow-along type episodes. So we've actually done a bunch of episodes of Learn to Code in C# here on the channel before, but we're going to start that series up again and be teaching people how to code. So if you know anyone that is interested, get them that link and they can sign up for reminders. And that is really, really irritating. Someone is a jerk. Thanks, dude. People totally wanted to see your stuff. So that's ban. What a great person that is. Let me click all these ban things here. That's awesome. Anyway. Yeah, I agree, Castro. What a jerk. Anyway, so, as I was mentioning, link to learn stuff there, and links to all the other stuff appearing in chat. Yeah, that's the first time I've seen it also, Bantam Games. But either way, we'll take that as a badge of honor. Our channel is apparently important enough that it can get spammed by jerks. Other stuff, if you're interested in any DevChatter merch, there is a link in the chat for all that. There's also links down below. And if you want to support the stream more than anything you guys do just by attending, we also have a Patreon set up as well. No. You did nothing, Coding Karma. That was some jerk on the internet. Alright, next thing. I am going to click this button. That is great talent there, Wheatlall. Crimson Green, S&B. I know Stoolpenner was here also. I don't know why he didn't get included in the moderators list, but thank you for helping moderators. Also, everybody, all these fine people that followed the stream, and Stoolpenner and Sushinator. Thank you very much for the resubs. That is a 2-month and 3-month resub, I believe there. So thanks everybody for hanging out today. We are going to be streaming again on Thursday, so I expect to see all of you there. Remember, on Thursdays, that is our early start day, so we start at noon Eastern Time. That's about 4 p.m., so 1600 UTC. And if you want to see what our schedule is, the best way to do that is to ask our bot. So that's Eastern Time, and if you wanted to, say, get the time in Germany, you can do this, and it will give you Central European summertime. And you can also find information about our stream schedule down below if you don't want to ask our bot. And other than that, let me see. Is there someone that I'm planning on hosting today? What? What is this? Is that gaming? No, that's gaming. Not gonna do that one. Yeah, no, that's probably it then. Well, thanks for hanging out today, everybody. Have a great one. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, whatever day this is, and I will see you on Thursday. So we will probably wrap up some more stuff with this, and I want to get back to some other one of our. I want to get this merged into the main branch of our project, so we're going to get this to the point where it can go in and be part of our chatbot completely. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. Have a good one. Happy coding, and I will see you on Thursday.